Hi everyone, this is me, Bonnie here. Surprise! This is my first Facebook Live in this group, so if anyone is here, feel free to comment and say hello. I saw a few posts in the group that I felt were really common situations, so I figured let me just hop in here and share my thoughts. So first off, I want to say thank you to everyone for being so supportive of each other. I really appreciate it. I'm sure other people appreciate it. And I am from New York, so if I talk really fast, just know that this video will be posted in the group and you can slow it down. So first post I want to comment on is from Nicole. She mentioned that she broke her 19-hour fast with cheeseburger and a cupcake, and she was really, really mad at herself. So first off, I just want to say, Nicole, congrats on fasting for 19 hours. That is a really long fast for most people. And it is perfectly okay to break your fast with junk food. I mean, it's not the ideal, but it's okay as long as the rest of the foods that you're eating in your eating window are not junk food, processed foods, etc. You really want them to be more nutritious, simply because, number one, for your health reasons, and number two, for faster progress. So, and I just recently posted in the group a bunch of foods that I ate last week, and they were definitely not all healthy foods, but it's all about being flexible, right? And being able to live a lifestyle that you can sustain. So it's totally okay to eat junk food. Just make sure that it fits into your plan and that you're eating at a caloric deficit. So for most people, if your goal is to eat or is to lose weight and lose fat, then you want to make sure you're eating at a caloric deficit, which is eating less than the amount of foods that it takes you to maintain your current weight. So if, let's say, if you're eating less foods in your eating window than you normally would eat, then it's okay to eat those cheesecakes and, cheeseburgers and cupcakes. Now, after the caloric deficit is hit, the next thing to improve your results is looking at, well, what are those calories made up of? So this is where you're looking at your calories and your macros, your protein, carbs, and fats. And I will tell you, if you have target calories and macros, it is impossible to hit those targets eating foods like cheesecake or cheeseburgers and cupcakes. The last point I want to say about this is a word of caution, and I posted an article about this earlier today about not doing IF mistakes that actually cause you to gain weight. And one of them is overeating. So you have to be really mindful of how you are when you break your fast. So there will be some people who fast for a really long period of time and they're getting a lot of, IF benefits of doing a lot of fat burning. However, they get so ravenous and they just eat everything in sight, and that just negates it because now they're overeating and they did not achieve that caloric deficit. So they would have actually had better results if they fasted for a shorter period of time, had some fat burning and some IF benefits, but actually ate normal meals. So be self-aware, everyone. All right. So, and thank you for the likes so far from Benito, and I can't see who the other person is, but thanks. And the last post I want to talk about is a post from, oh no, something is popping up here. Okay. Sorry guys, I just clicked on who it was. And Vincent, okay. So the other post that I want to talk about is from Mike. He posted his progress pics, and you look awesome, by the way, Mike. However, you're frustrated with the slow progress, and I hear this from people all the time. So in the last 4 weeks, you said you only lost 2 pounds, but you seem to be doing everything right. You are intermittent fasting, you're doing 17-7 fast, 16-8 fast, you're eating well, you're eating less, and you're working out 5 times a week, right? So it sounds like everything is going right, so what gives? Why this slow progress, right? You don't want to starve yourself, right? So number one, you should really focus on fat loss and not weight loss, because weight loss includes losing water weight and muscle weight. And so for me, I actually do not want to see the weight drop too quickly, because that's a sign that you're losing muscle mass. And that's what contributes to your shape and your tone and your metabolism. So I would focus on tracking your progress in other ways besides the scale. So things like your measurements, your photos, the way your clothes fit, even your strength at the gym. So that's number one. Number two is the more body fat someone has, the more weight they're going to lose in the beginning. So as you get leaner, the rate of weight loss that comes off is going to get slower. And the other thing is weight loss is not linear. So which means that you're not, let's say if you lost 2 pounds one week and 2 pounds the other week, you're not going to keep on losing the same amount of weight each week, because it's just, it doesn't go that way. Our bodies are crazy like that. So there's actually something in the group that you could search that's whoosh effect, and it'll show you how sometimes you're doing everything right and you see nothing for 3 weeks or even a month, and then all of a sudden all this weight just pours off your body. So just realize that, you know, you have to be patient, track in many ways, and that weight loss is not linear. Now, so you are about, I think you mentioned that you were like 17 to 18% body fat, which is good. It's really good body fat for you. Getting to 15% body fat, which you mentioned as your goal, is considered excellent. And the good news is you don't have to go crazy extreme in terms of getting there, because male competitors, their body fat percentages are in the single digits. So what can you do now, right? So if you look at the factors that impact fat loss, there are really primarily 3 things. Number 1, your nutrition. So if you're eating well already, is there room to optimize your calories and macros? I find a lot of people do have room for improvement in terms of, well, how much protein should you be eating? How much carbs you should be eating? And what kind of fats, right? And then what are those foods made up of? So number 1, look at your nutrition, because 80% is going to be your nutrition. Now, let's say you do have that covered. The next thing would be your exercise, primarily weightlifting. So I saw that you do reverse pyramid training, which is awesome. I do it as well, and I highly recommend it. If people do not know what that is, definitely look it up. So I'm assuming you do compound lifts, which is great. And I guess the next area is, how can you improve or increase the intensity of your exercise? And then lastly is cardio, which is definitely my area of improvement, right? So it's looking at where can you improve what you're currently doing. So I hardly do any cardio. So if I were to go gung-ho all out on cardio, I would get super shredded really fast. So are you doing cardio? Are you doing HIIT? So increase your intensity in both your exercise in terms of weightlifting and your exercise. And then there's other things like stress, sleep, obviously intermittent fasting. Maybe you're trying longer fasting hours. And you can search in the group pyramid, and you'll see my pyramids on all the factors that impact fat loss and also building muscle, if you need a little more direction. All right, so, and hi Gretchen, and hi, I don't want to say this incorrectly, but Jaka. So I guess that's all I have for now. This was the first time I did this video in this group, so if you guys find this helpful, please let me know by liking the video, ask questions, post in the comments, and if it's helpful, I'll hop in here more often and answer your questions or just make comments on what people seem to be struggling with. All right, thanks, and I'll see you guys next time.